You're listening to BambinoBabble's story. Once upon a sunny day in the delightful countryside, a group of lively animal friends gathered in the meadow for a playful game. There were squirrels, rabbits, bears, roosters, sheep, kangaroos, mice, horses, pigs, and many more, all excited to spend time together and enjoy the beautiful day. As they settled into a circle, Mrs. Squirrel brought out a jar filled with scrumptious cookies. The enticing aroma of freshly baked treats filled the air, making everyone's mouths water. The animals couldn't wait to savor the delicious cookies Mrs. Squirrel had prepared just for them. But when Mrs. Squirrel opened the jar, her eyes widened with surprise. It was empty. The cookies had mysteriously vanished. The animals looked at each other in confusion, wondering who could have taken the cookies that were meant for their delightful gathering. Mrs. Squirrel, being the clever one, decided to start the investigation. She looked at each of her friends, her eyes twinkling with curiosity, and asked, "Who took the cookie from the cookie jar?" Rooster, being the bold and outspoken one, pointed his feathered wing at the sheep. "She took the cookie from the cookie jar," he exclaimed with a mischievous grin. The sheep, taken aback by the sudden accusation, quickly denied the theft. "Not me," she bleated. "I'm just here for the fun, not the cookies." Next, the sheep turned to the kangaroo and accused, "He took the cookie from the cookie jar." The kangaroo, bouncing with surprise, vigorously shook his head. "No way," he hopped. "I'm too busy hopping around to think about cookies. Besides, I prefer munching on some fresh grass." The kangaroo then pointed his furry paw at the bear and shouted, "He took the cookie from the cookie jar." The bear, scratching his head in confusion, replied, "I may love honey, but I didn't lay a paw on those cookies. My paws are far too big for such delicate treats." And so the game continued, with each animal accusing another, only to have the blame shifted to the next. The mice, horses, rabbits, pigs, and all the other animals joined in, laughing and playing along. They laughed and repeated the game over and over again, each time accusing a different friend of taking the cookie from the cookie jar. The joy and laughter filled the meadow, creating a lively and carefree atmosphere. As the game continued, the animals couldn't help but notice that their focus had shifted from finding the culprit to simply enjoying each other's company. They realized that the true delight was not in solving the mystery but in the laughter and camaraderie they shared. Amidst the laughter and playfulness, they formed new friendships and strengthened existing bonds. The meadow was alive with joy, as the animals ran and played together, their laughter echoing through the trees. Mrs. Squirrel finally decided to end the game and bring out a fresh batch of cookies from her secret stash. The animals cheered in delight as they munched on the sweet treats, their laughter filling the air once more. With their bellies full and their hearts brimming with joy, the animals realized that the true treasure was not the cookies themselves but the laughter, camaraderie, and playful moments they shared together. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the meadow, the animals gathered in a circle once again. They expressed their gratitude for the fun they had, the friendships they formed, and the shared moments of laughter. In that moment, they made a pact to cherish their friendship and to always find joy in each other's company. They promised to continue their playful gatherings and to create even more precious memories together. From that day forward, the animals in the meadow remained the best of friends. They continued to meet regularly, sharing laughter, stories, and, of course, delicious treats. Mrs. Squirrel would bring freshly baked cookies, and they would all enjoy them while reminiscing about the infamous cookie jar mystery. As time passed, the animals learned that the true value of their friendship was not in solving mysteries or enjoying tasty snacks. It was in the genuine love and care they had for one another. They supported each other through thick and thin, lending a helping paw, wing, or hoof whenever needed. Whenever a challenge arose or one of them was feeling down, they would gather in their special meadow and form a circle, just as they had done during the cookie jar game. They would take turns sharing stories, singing songs, and spreading joy, reminding each other that they were never alone. Through their shared experiences and the bonds they had formed, the animals discovered the power of friendship and how it could brighten even the darkest days. They understood that true happiness came from the love and laughter they shared together. And so, as the moon rose high in the sky, casting a gentle glow over the meadow, the animals bid each other good night.